Well, I first heard about New Hope, I think I was in college. I was home for the summer on break, and I heard that there was a food pantry in town that I could volunteer in. I think I found out through church. So I volunteered a few times there at the food pantry, then kind of parted ways with New Hope. After grad school, I was trying to figure out what God wanted me to do in this next chapter. I talked to my pastor in church, and he came up to me and said that New Hope was hiring for the executive director. And he was like, you should apply. Early on, I was able to learn and listen from the people that were already here and really take a posture of listening to the community. And then it kind of snowballed from there, and we just kept growing.
It really is unique, and it really is a God story. 20 years ago, Bridgeway Church, they started a food pantry in a closet. They knew that that wasn't going to be enough. They knew to do the job right, they have to go all in. I was a deacon in Unity Church. We had a hotline. We were helping people with food if they called. We were making calls to people's houses, doing mercy ministry the best that we could. I was one of the original people that were called together to make that first board. What's very interesting is everybody that came together in the very beginning to start to build New Hope, nobody had any experience in this. We just knew like this was so worth it. It's really infectious because you see it working, you see people being helped in real ways, you see things changing, you see the community changing. There's such momentum.
So I started as a participant in the food pantry, and it was, a very difficult time, very difficult situation. Some of the staff were around talking to us about a support group to the community, Women of Hope. I got the invitation to be part of the committee, and then from there, I jumped to the Committee of Children of Hope. So I enrolled myself in the ESL classes. I was there around almost 2 years, like a year and a half, until the teacher told me, like, you're done, you don't need to come anymore. At that time, I got the opportunity to be one of the ESL teachers in the program. I realized that my experience as an immigrant was helping the students more than my English. Liz called my class the level 0 because, people come like empty, not just with the language, but with the knowledge about the culture, the country, about everything. Around that time, I also got the opportunity to become part of the board of directors.
We've seen lots of changes in New Hope. That's one thing that really impresses me about New Hope. They want to provide what the community needs. They're not afraid to change and adapt to provide new services that really reach the entire family. I just remember hearing story after story of teenagers' lives being changed and families staying together. It's God providing a way for all of this to happen. And when you're seeking God, He will provide. And I see the leadership of New Hope doing that. So the food pantry has been great for us. In fact, we need to do another food drive, and you just reminded me.
The legacy that New Hope has been leaving, you can hear it in stories year after year. There are people in this community that have not experienced Christ's love, and when they come here, they experience that. They feel cared about, they feel loved. Especially some of the younger generation who maybe encounter Jesus for the first time here. A big part of the legacy of New Hope is that it's eternal. It's changing the landscape in heaven because of the experiences people are having here. So yes, we're providing material services, we're helping people out, gain skills, strengthen their families, but we're also pointing them to something far greater than us. God has been using us in this community for 20 years to change the trajectory of people's lives. When you sit back and think about it, it's really special to have been a part of it.